excited for all. Okay, I'm gonna just make sure that that's recording because I just recorded most of this video, and of course the recording wasn't there, which is, we love that for me. But okay, so this is a little library haul. I've been grabbing some books from the library just because it makes me happy. I go to the library and I just want to be around the books and I want to smell the books, and then sometimes I want to take them home. Am I planning on reading the majority of these books? Hopefully. Like, from an optimistic standpoint, yes, I would very much like to read these. Will I read them before they have to go back? Hopefully. I would really like to do that. I'd love to be a person who could do that. This is like my third time checking out one of these books because they keep asking for it back. But I believe in myself. I think I have what it takes to make half of this pile be part of, you know, my current TBR and like to read the books. I think so, yes. So I've gone to 3 different libraries over the last couple of weeks. Well, I went to one library 2 weeks ago, and then I went to 2 more libraries today, is basically what happened. And I just love that when I go to the library that's local to me, there is always some beautiful woman who comes up to me and tells me how pretty I am. And I just feel like normalize that. Like, she walked past me. I was in the aisle looking at the books. And she walked past me with her friend. And then she came back and she was like, "You are so pretty." And I was like, "Stop it." I don't know why I said that, but I said, "Stop it." And then I said, "No, you're so pretty." And then we both left, like, just feeling beautiful. And that is my cat climbing the chair. And I want everybody to always feel all of the beautiful vibes. And so thank you to you out there in the ether. Thanks for that. And yeah. Okay, so anyways, library haul, here we go. So the first book I picked up, I already mentioned the first 2 rather, in a previous video. This is Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. I've started this. I'm really liking Riley Sager. I feel like this could be my vibe for thrillers. I don't have a huge standard for thrillers. My biggest like thing, or like what I'm looking for, is please just be well written and I don't know, a little mysterious. Like, just I wanna be like a little surprised, but I'm not hard to surprise. So just like be well written. And this is well written so far. Who are some other thriller writers that I like? I like Lisa Jewell. I think I've talked about Alex McCades already. And I like, who else have I read? I've read Dean Koontz. Dean Koontz is really cool. I've read like 2 maybe of his books. And there's somebody I really liked. Geez, it's called First Lie Wins. That book. Whoever wrote that book, oh my gosh. Great for me. I don't like Karen Slaughter. I think it's Karen Slaughter. I read Pretty Girls. Was I reading horror? Was that why I didn't like it? I don't know. It wasn't for me. I was just very, like, I read the whole thing because it was well written. But I don't know. I'm not convinced that I should have. But, you know, that's done now. Okay, other book also mentioned from the same library trip, All the Light We Cannot See. I'm making this and the Riley Sager book a priority, partially because I want to buy the new Riley Sager, and partially because the library just renewed this loan for these 2 books, which probably means I've had it for 2 weeks and not 1 week. And so I'm going to have to, no, they renew it 5 days ahead of time if there are no holds on it. And so I've only had it for a little over a week, so I'm okay. But I need to like get it under control because like I said, I borrowed this 3 times and then they made me take it back. So we're gonna get through it this time. We're gonna get through it. I think it could be a moment. I think it could happen quickly. Very excited. Okay, the next one is Quicksilver. Why did I want to say that? It kind of can, if you like turn it sideways, it looks a little bit like this part here. Anyway, Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. This is a retelling of, what was it, Sleeping Beauty, I think? I think so. I think it's Sleeping Beauty. I'm really excited to read it. I love fairy tales. I love, magic, and I love love, and I imagine that there's going to be some love in here if it's like a retelling of a fairy tale that had some little love in it. So I'm hoping that that is what that is. I think it's going to be good. I did read like a page or 2 for each of these before I left the library to make sure that I would vibe with the writing style, and so I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm like really hyper right now. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so the Spinning Silver was the first book from the first library that I went to today. One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. I have, did I say One for My Enemy? I feel like I said One for My Uppity. Like I feel like I said that wrong. One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. This is just something that I heard about on somebody's book list. Olivia Blake wrote The Atlas Six and Alone with You in the Ether. I personally really want to read Alone with You in the Ether. And I have it somewhere. I just don't know where it is. But, if she's good, she's good. So I'm going to read that. And yeah, I'm very, very excited to get into this. Okay, next is a Lisa Gardner book, and it's called Right Behind You. I don't know. It said Lisa Gardner. I read like 3 of her books. I liked them. So I saw her name. I picked it up. And that's what I did. And then the last book is called The Book of Night. Is it Book of Night? It's just Book of Night. And it's by Holly Blake, right? Holly Black. I'm so sorry. Book of Night by Holly Black. Also just heard about it on somebody's something. And it seemed like I might like it. So there we go. Okay. And for my last library trip, I only picked up 2 books, which would be, a total of 8 books. So I feel like I'm doing okay. And the first one is The Vanishing Half. This was really popular a few years ago. It's about 2 sisters who are twins, and then because they can pass, one lives their life as a white person and the other as a black person, and I imagine think they're pretty weird. So I'm gonna read that and see what happens there. And then lastly, I got Swift River, and I actually have no idea what this is about. This is by, The Vanishing Half is by Britt Bennett, and Swift River is by S.E. Chambers, and I have no idea what it's about, but look at how pretty it is. Like, look at how pretty all of that is, and that's why I picked it up. So, and that's how I used to get library books when I was a kid. I would just be like, yes, beautiful, you should come with me. And so that's what I did here. Very excited. So altogether I have 8 books that I got for myself from the library. Very excited for all of my books. I'm gonna hold them up so you can see them all together and see how happy it makes me, because this is like look at this. This is such a great little stack. This is so cute. Okay, so thanks so much for tuning in for this little short video, this little library haul. I hope you had a good time. Please like my video if you liked it, and you can subscribe if that's something that you're into doing. I would be okay with that, and if not, that's also fine. No, like subscribe. I'm not gonna backpedal. Please subscribe. But also, like, look at that stack. I'm so excited. Yeah, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.